Hi friends, Mindy here. I am going to be setting up my faith planner for 2021, and I thought I would do a little process video. This faith planner, is ignore all my little tabs, is a new planner that Hillary from Creative Faith Co. came out with, and it normally comes the normal like book binding, but I took mine to Office Depot, and I had them they cut off the spine and added this spiral on it for me, and I had them add kind of a big spiral so that I would have room for this to grow as I add, if I add stickers or whatever to it. And then they also put on this clear cover on the back and a black, or on the front, excuse me, and then a black cover on the back for me. And it was, it was just a few cents, really, like 30 cents or something, to have the cover put on there. And I just wanted to protect this beautiful cover. It's got that really soft feel to it, and I love it. And it says New Adventures. And one of the things I was thinking about doing was using this vinyl sticker that you can get from Hillary. And originally I was thinking I was going to put it over the top, but now I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the outside here. That way I can save the integrity of the actual cover. So I am going to use a bunch of different things and set up some of the first few pages here. I've already done some pre-planning, as you can see from the little sticky notes, but I thought I would just take you along as I'm working through this. And so I will put you on fast forward. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is take this 2021 vinyl sticker from Creative Faith Co. and stick it on the very front cover, the clear cover that was put on when I had the book bound. And I wanted to keep the integrity of the original cover, so that's why I did it that way. You could definitely put it on front if you wanted to. And then here I'm just flipping to show you this first page in the planner, some ideas on how to use it. I use a bullet journal for my everyday planning, and so this planner for me is very specifically going to be just for faith journaling, Bible journaling, notes, a reading plan, those kinds of things, just to keep track of all of that. It's hard to do in my bullet journal because I end up having to transfer some of the information over every year, so because I go through more than one journal in a year with the journals that I use, so this way I can just only have this one tracker for all of the year for my Bible reading and everything. And that's what I'm doing here, is creating my Bible tracker. I'm just going to list the 66 books of the Bible, and I'll mark them off as I finish reading through them. I try to read the Bible through every year, and this is just a way to keep accountable to that. And it's nice to have things to check off when you're done. And then another thing that I like to do is keep track of book recommendations that I see or books I want to read or whatever. So that's the page that I'm making here, especially, inspirational books or anything like that. So I'm just making a books to read page here. I love to read. I read a lot. So this page might not be enough, but for now it's a good starting point. I should mention this is a B6 size, so it's on the smaller size in terms of journals, but it's just only for my faith planning, so I feel like it's going to be fine for me. But Hillary does have another size that's a larger size. She has both available on Amazon, actually. That was my word of the year, be still, and I just have a page in there I like to keep focused on that. And then I left a page to the left of it blank so I could take notes or whatever. And here what I'm doing is I have, before each of the calendar page setups, there's a blank page, and so I'm using those pages to kind of mark out my intentions for the month. And I am using this stamp set from By the Well for God that has a faith tracker on it, and I'm just going to stamp that at the beginning so that I can see how I'm doing with keeping up with daily reading practice versus reading several days at one time or whatever, just to make sure that I'm being consistent every day, because that's really important. So I am using the stamp set. I'm just stamping it on a scrap piece of paper over there just to make sure. And so what I'll do is I'll go through and stamp this on the page right before the calendar page, because there's a blank set in between each of the calendar pages. This planner is set up so that all of the planner pages, or all of the monthly spreads, are at the front, and then all of the weekly spreads are after. So I'm just going in between each month here, and I'm going to stamp out this faith tracker. So as you can see, I'm just pressing down, trying to get the best impression that I can. This one didn't turn out that great, but I can go back and fix it in a little bit. And I'm just cleaning my stamp now. I've gone ahead and stamped that faith tracker before all of the 12 months of daily pages, or of weekly, of monthly pages. So now I'm going to use that same stamp set and do the names of each month. And so what I'm going to do, this is a new stamp set. I've used the faith tracker part before, but for the months I haven't used those. And so what you can see I'm doing there is just rubbing it on my hands. It's just a little trick when you have a new clear stamp. If you do that, it just helps your impression. It just helps the ink stay on the stamp better. So I'm going to go through for each of these months and title them, and then I will go back through and add the year. And the year is not necessary, but I just want to add it on there because I have that little space over to the right, and I just think it's going to fill out the top better. But right here you can see my January stamping didn't come out very well, so I'm just taking a ruler and my pen. I'm just gonna kind of fill in those lines where the ink didn't transfer very well when I was stamping, and then I'll go back through later and kind of clean up the numbers in the actual calendar itself, just to make it a little bit darker. So now I'm going through all of the months and adding the 2021 to it. And another thing to note when you are doing any kind of rubber stamping like this, or with acrylic stamps, it's important to use a stamping block that's as close to the size of your stamp as possible. It just gives you a better control over the stamp, and your stamping generally comes out better. These little book stacks are from a Happy Planner sticker book, and I just think they are really super cute. And so I'm going to use that stack for listing the books that I read each month. Like I said, I'm an avid reader, so hopefully I'll fill those up. And then here I'm just going through and on these faith trackers for the extra days, because it lists 1 through 31. I'm just going through and whiting out the days that I won't need. And here I am using a Tombow dual brush pen, and I'm writing focus. I wrote focus, and I'm adding a drop shadow just for a little color for that tracker. And then I'm coloring every other book in the book stack. Like I mentioned, these pages are going to be an intentions page for the month. So there are certain things that I'm going to want to focus on each month, and so I'm going to list those underneath there, and then I'm going to leave that page to the left for taking notes or writing prayers or prayer requests or whatever. And here I'm coloring in those glasses on the top of that book stack purple. My glasses are purple, so I just thought I would do that. So I just used a flare pen for that. And now I'm flipping through these sticker books, trying to find a way to bring some more color on this page with some colorful boxes or something, just so that I can list some bullet points of things that I want to focus on. In the end, I decided to use these little rectangles and alternate the colors between that kind of ice blue and purple. And got them a little uneven here, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. These pages are going to end up with lots of notes and writing and everything all over them, so they don't need to be perfect. And now I'm just flipping through another one of those sticker books, and I found this quote that I just really liked, so I'm sticking that down there in the bottom left corner. I think it says pray more, worry less, which is just good advice. And in light of my word of the year, which is be still, it just seemed like a good way to start off the year. And now I'm just flipping through these sticker books, and I found those little Bible stickers, and I'm going to add one of those up in the top right hand corner. I'm not sure if I'm going to just do a favorite verse or like maybe a memory verse and just list it there. And this sticker book is a illustrated faith sticker book. Actually, it's really old. And I just took a sticker out of there that says prayer requests or something like that. So now I am flipping to the daily pages here, and you can see I have them divided up by month, and I'm going to make a tab for that, but I'm just numbering this first week here, and I started with December because January 1st obviously starts on a Friday. So I just numbered them, and then I am now making that little tab, and that's going to just make it easier to find each month. So I used my tab punch, my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch, and I ran those through my Xyron sticker maker. And I'm just going to adhere that. I did two so that from both sides of the planner you can read which month that is. It just makes it a little easier to navigate. So I just adhered that down. And now I'm going to go through and label all of the weeks for January. So I'm using that same blue color of Tombow, and across the top I'm just writing the week, and then in the top right hand corner it's hard to see, I think, but because it's a really light blue, I just numbered the days. And then I'll use that other side for notes, or if I come across something in my reading or whatever, I'll write it over there. I'm going to use those little boxes to write out like which books of the Bible I'm reading, or just keeping track of all of the things that I'm doing. And I mentioned before that this is a B6 planner, and there's also another version of this planner that has horizontal boxes, so you can really pick and choose what word works best for you depending on how you're going to use the planner. And it's the same, both versions are available in the large version also, which is like an 8.5 by 11 size, I think. So you can really pick and choose whichever way you plan best. I am just using this more as a faith, like a Bible tracker and that kind of thing for a faith planner. This won't be my everyday planner. And now I've come back to the January monthly calendar, and I'm just writing January along the right side there, trying my hand at some hand lettering. And now I'm going to write the calendar days. Hillary also has some really, really cute planner stickers that coordinate and would go really well with this planner. I ran out of clear sticker paper, which is the way that I like to print them. So for now, I am just using a pen, but in the future, I'll probably use those printables. But those are definitely available if you don't want to have to go through this numbering process on your own. Or you could use stamps or anything, however you want to do it. So I've finished most of the things that I want to set up for now for January. I just wrote 2021 on that introduction page. And these are the pages so far that I have set up. I have a few more things that I want to do, and then I will continue on setting up the rest of the planner. But for now, that gets me started. If you like this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.